We have 34-minute dulls today. Prepare yourselves. We're skipping. It's all killer, no filler, okay? So we're skipping Pokedoku. No disrespect, because Pokedoku oftentimes includes me in their mentions on Twitter. But like if we spend 90 minutes on the dulls, like 15 minutes of that is Pokedoku, because I just have to rack my brain for like the names of the Pokemon. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know what this is, but it kind of looks like a Michael Bay movie. I'm going to say this is Transformers. Yeah, Paranorman. There's American money involved and fake purses. Next. Maybe they're real purses. What do I know? I don't know it. That's Michael Bay and Will Smith. This movie is Will Smith, Michael Bay, Margot Robbie, and he has sunglasses on in the poster. It's called... I don't know what it's called. Focus. Okay, it's called Focus. Fair enough. I just don't know that one. I was going to say it's called Sleepers, but it's not. I don't know what it's called. There is Margot Robbie, though. I mean, how could I not have seen it, man? Will Smith and Michael Bay, two of the greatest artists of our time. Anthony Lynn was head coach of this AFC team, leading them to a 12-win season in 2018. 2018. 12-win season. That's pretty good. AFC? Give me a second. I'm racking my brain for a team that is known as the Houston Texans. Okay, we'll take those. Nicknamed Baby Jordan. This guy won 2 slam dunk contests, but only lasted 4 seasons in the NBA. Sean Kemp. Okay, next. Mark Recchi scored 26 goals and 75 points for this Eastern Conference team in the 2003-2004 season. That's really tough, because Recchi was crazy on the Pens, and he was crazy on the Hurricanes. I think he might have, this might have been a Penguins. Oh, but the Penguins were ass in 03-04. So I'm going to say Hurricanes. I regret it. Flyers. Makes perfect sense. That one stings. With its logo being its name in red letters, it's the largest provider of arts, crafts, framing, floral and wall decor, and merchandise for do-it-yourself home decorators. Michaels. That's a given. That's Dan. That's Christian Bale and Dan Giesling. That's Christian Bale and Ryan Seacrest, but it's actually Dan Giesling. With a galaxy-inspired look, this little Debbie cake, known as brownies, known as cosmic soft, chewy cookie topped with caramel and crispy rice. Galaxy, space, cosmic. What is Star Crunch Cosmic? Okay, we get there. Yes, Dear originally aired on what major network? TBS. That's wrong. That's where I watched it, though. Loosely adapted from a children's book, John Cena had the lead voice role in Ferdinand. And this female rapper had many hit songs, including How Many Licks? That's Lil' Kim. She's fat with a PH. It's a little reference to Meet the Parents for you. Oh, after the start of that, I feel like getting 5 out of 9 is actually a little impressive. We got 5 of the last 6. Chargers, Harold Miner. There was no chance, man. Philadelphia Flyers, Mark Recchi. CBS. I don't go to bat for network television, but Yes, Dear is so bad, I can't believe that it was on real network television. I thought that's the kind of sitcom that gets greenlit by country music television to try to compete with the big boys. It's actually horrendous. I love it. Really? Mike O'Malley, he's okay, but like, I really don't like the comedian who played the other husbands. He's no Connor O'Malley. Well, but who is these days? Who is? Even he. Obviously, we play Connections. I was on Guts. Mike O'Malley's my homie. That was my dream as a kid, to be on Guts. I don't think they accepted too many Canadians, though. Plus, I never applied. Okay. I'm looking. Post office, bank, school, laundromat, supermarket, curb. Check, curb, hamper, inhibit. To slow something down. To hinder. Bank, laundromat, supermarket, post office. Places you run on your errands. Buildings around town. Bide. Washing. Washing machine. Washing detergent. Washing soap. Washing up. Pack up. Swarm up. To bide your time. To pack your time. I have no idea. To pride comes before the fall. School comes in the fall. Nix is like to kibosh something. Cart. Cartridge. Bide in. Carton. Swarm. Stevie Nicks. Shopping, school supplies. Shopping cart. Cart comes before the horse. Things that come before something else. Pride comes before the fall. You put the cart before the horse. Bide your time. Shuffle me. I'm having problems getting to the Mariah today. Those purple thrills. Hold the gum. Swarm of bees. Pride of lions. Pack of lions. And a school of fish. Animal group names. Washing, nix, cart, bide. Oh! It's U.S. presidents, but they cut like the last syllable off. Starts of U.S. presidents. That's messed up, man. There's no consistency in that one. It really was a Biden joke. Annoying, but we get there. Dude, I don't even want to talk about it, but like, hopefully in 50 years, we'll look back and the clip of Joe Biden at the press conference where he talks about his foreign policy record and he trails off a little bit and then stares at nothing and says, wait, what are you doing? Like he gets a little scared. And then like a second later, he says, we're going to unite Japan and Korea again. In 50 years, that'll be so funny. Right now, it's not funny for a variety of reasons, but in 50 years, it's going to hopefully be funny. But when he says, it looks so much like he sees a ghost and says, what are you doing? Like he saw a spirit. I know that's not what happened because I don't believe in ghosts, but anyway, ghost of washing nicks. Oh, at the end, then he says I'm the guy who got Korea and Japan back together, and you're like, what is going on, man? Ooh. All right, play with. Sorry, I had one more laugh in there. Okay. Play without an account. Petticoats. Tom, do penance. Gave in under pressure. Caved. Song played during the opening credits. Theme. Ron Swanson. As a matter of fact, Brigham Young University's in Utah. A dog that loves to run free is Rover. Nemo, Eden. Okay, we got there. How did it? The first clues seem hard. A petticoat, fur, petticoats. What's the joke there? A tone makes sense. Petty. Oh, because it's like a pet-ish coat. How droll, Niles. How droll. This is just me personally. I almost feel like it should have pet-ty coat to be consistent. Like a pet T coat. Because I was thinking of like, change and stuff like that. That's why it has the question mark. Yeah, but like, I feel like it needs I think it needs the dash. That's what wordplay is. Do you want it pre-solved? I'm just asking them to be consistent, okay? 50 pounds of granulated sugar. I have no idea, man. I have absolutely no idea how much this much sugar would cost at Costco. 50 pounds? $16.99? I mean, somebody, okay, it's more expensive than that. $21.99? Sure. $23.49? All right. $24.99? $26.49? $27.99? Yeah! Yes! That was a tough one, man. I needed that like a mechanic needs a wife and family to come home to after a day of getting his hands covered in grease. I hear you. Okay, straight to box office game. Kate, was everything okay today? I have to tell you, I got a message at like 11 that I only saw when I went to the bathroom. Our car is ready to be picked up. So after I pick up our daughter, I'll pick it up. But I'm like, that was not in the shop long enough for them to fix everything that was fucked up about it. Like I'm sure I'm going to pick it up and it's only going to have like one thing fixed. And I'm going to be like, what about all this stuff? And they're going to be like, oh, well, we only did like the one thing. I'm going to be like, oh, fuck. Also, I'm pissed off because I put $50 worth of gas in that motherfucker thinking we were going to drive it around for a couple weeks. And now I still got like 90% of the gas tank left. When they gave me the car, it had an eighth of a tank, man. Yeah, it hasn't even gotten to F yet. I filled it up. It goes past F. It hasn't even decroded to F yet. Why'd you fill it up all the way? Because I didn't want my wife to have to fill it up. I thought I was being a good guy. You're right, I got to siphon my damn gas out or something like that. For the most part, I like to handle things that my wife would prefer for me to handle instead of her. Like yesterday when those dudes were working on our front step, she was like, can you go talk to him? I was like, yeah. Because the same thing happens inverted. Sometimes I'll be like putting the dishes away and I'll see like a dish I've never seen before and like I don't know where it goes. I just leave it. I'll put everything else away and then I'll let her put that away because I don't necessarily know where like the Sumiko Gurashi curry dishes go. They might be in like behind something in like a special shelf. I don't want to talk about the front step. We'll give it a couple days for the front step situation to resolve. Let me just hit you with the cliff notes, okay? As if you care. It's possible that so there's a crack in the cement on our front step. We didn't really notice it or ask anybody to deal with it. That yesterday, I had a Joe Biden moment where I went, "What was that?" And you could hear like a sound, like. Zzz. So Kate tells me to open up the door. I open up the door. There's like a work crew, and I'm like, "What are you guys doing here?" And then the guy was like, "Oh, like we're fixing the crack in the concrete." And I was like, "Well, did the builders tell you to come?" And he was like, "Yeah, the builders told me to come." And I was like, "Okay, I guess that's fine then. Maybe they're just fixing the crack for free or whatever." And then like they were there for like 8 hours, right? And they fixed 80% of the crack. They like drilled out concrete, filled like 80% of the crack, and then just went home at like 6 p.m. And I was like, excuse me, Tomo, you got your head wrapped around the headphone cord. I was like, I guess they're coming back tomorrow. Like maybe it's after their workday's over. They just have to go home so they're not paid too much OT or something. And they left like a Walmart bag and like a bunch of used like tubes of liquid concrete and shit like that just in our yard. And they did not come back today. And it's all fucked up. So I'm thinking like maybe they actually got the address wrong. And then like 80% of the way through doing the work, they were like, "Oh, holy fuck, boys, we got the address wrong. Like, let's get out of here." So now I gotta like, if it, depending on how many days it goes on, I'm like, I might have to fucking call up the builder and be like, "Hey, did you hire these guys to fill somebody's, like, I don't even know how to reverse engineer who the fuck was doing the work." And then I gotta like be like, "Come fix it or we're gonna fucking sue you," because like that's what suing is built for. I messaged the builder, no response. Well, nobody wants to work these days. It is true. Anyway, why leave your shit if the address is wrong? Well, they left like, it's just garbage basically. They even left like our water hose on, so it was like leaking water all over the steps and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, you guys are fucking ass at this. No disrespect. Like, it's just disrespectful. You basically, our front step was fine. You came and fucked it up, didn't make it better, and then left like a mess and a leaky faucet. And I'm like, what they say fuck us for? We didn't do anything. We didn't even ask for it, man. Just came to our house, fucked up our concrete step, 50% filled it back in, and left trash in our yard. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I'm not going to let it ruin my life. Columbia Pictures, July 4th, 1997, $84 million. There's no other way. What? Tommy Lee Jones? Oh, it's Men in Black. Maybe Independence Day is 1996 now that I think about it. You take pictures? I don't need to take pictures. It's still fucked. I didn't clean it because I was like, they'll probably come tomorrow and clean it up. Okay, Paramount Pictures, week 2, 51 million. John Travolta, 1997. Listen, it could be Face Off. Let's give it a second here. Action, crime, science fiction, but pre-Battlefield Earth. It's Face Off. Face Off is science fiction. It's crazy how I typo all the time, but I hit that slash in Face Off without even thinking about it. Says a lot about my priorities. Bug Heron 6, Tane and Zane, 50 Shades of Gay. Yeah, we've all been there before. Tate Donovan in an animation family fantasy adventure comedy romance. The Man, the Myth, the Movie. Tarzan. I was really thinking that was going to be it. Just hint me on this one. Hercules. That's Hercules, yes. I think these movie ones are the least fun. No disrespect, you could choose not to do them for yourself. You can go back to the ones that are just like name this country in Africa. I'm skipping those when I get the chance, just to tell stories instead. TriStar, $69 million, starring Julia Roberts, 1997. 1997 Julia Roberts. It's my best friend's wedding. It was a phenomenon. Warner Brothers, $8 million, made $90 million total, starring George Clooney, 1997, out of sight. Really? Action science fiction. Oh, it's Batman and Robin. Wow, under $100 million for that after 3 weeks is pretty devastating. I know it's ass, don't get me wrong, but what a week, man. Yeah. 3 science fiction movies in the top 5? They could never. Freeze. You know what killed it? The older you get, when I was like 10 years old and I saw this, I was like, I don't see why everyone hates this movie so much. The older I get, I'm like, those lines really were pretty bad. You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. That's not fucking true, man. I'm not trying to be cinema sins, but that's just like obviously false. Like it doesn't even make sense. They got killed by like a meteor the size of Texas that struck the earth. Easy mode is easy. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone to challengers. It's simple. Here's what I'm thinking. Alan Rickman to, give me a second here. I can do this. I can't articulate it though. It's Alan Rickman to Die Hard to Death Becomes Her. I can do, no, wait, what becomes, to Bruce Willis, to Death Becomes Her. This is a crazy line. To Meryl Streep, to Adaptation, to Chris Cooper, to American Beauty, to Kevin Spacey, to Baby Driver, Vavit, to Baby Driver, to Ansel Elgort, to West Side Story, to Mike Faced, to Challengers. Ooh, to keep those 7 data points in my head. Most problematic arc of all time. I did go through at least 2 canceled actors. You don't know this shit. Don't get me started on this shit, man. That was pretty quick. I'm pleased with it. What do we got literally 10 minutes and then I've definitely got to go. Okay. Let's do some of the new ones. Let's do some trivia ones. In the 2001 rom-com Saving Silverman, which I've seen many times, R. Lee Ermey used to be a wrestling coach. No! Bobby Boucher is a football player from the Louisiana Mud Dogs. What U.S. state is home to the oil reserve at the center of the 1920s Teapot Dome scandal? Oklahoma. Texas is too easy. Jackson Hole is in Wyoming. Boom. I can't say boom anymore, man. Graham's number is so big, the universe can't contain all its digits, but we do know its last digit must be 0. Long before TI-84's Archimedes proved the upper bound of pi is 22 divided by what prime number? Must be 22 divided by 5. No, divided, I was going to say by 7. 22 divided by 7 makes sense. Okay. 2 women look through opera glasses impressionistically in the box, a painting that fetched $4 million at auction by what woman? Emily Carr. The Child's Bath and Mother and Child Before a Pool are 2 of many 1890s mother and kid paintings by what artist? I'm passing. She sounds like a tape you'd play in a Walkman, but she died a good 50 years before Walkman. What American cassette? That's incorrect. The answer is Mary Cassatt. Oh, man. On the Alaska episode of Bizarre Foods, Andrew Zimmern once ate the jellied nose of what ungulate? Reindeer? Okay, fucking moose? 8 points. That's pretty bad. What's an ungulate? It's a hooved animal. Like a deer. I always think that it's like a worm, though. Because it kind of sounds like a worm ungulates, you know? Okay, disorderly. Sort these quantities from largest to smallest. Now we're talking. Number of limbs Squidward has. Number of children Queen Elizabeth II had. The second, sorry. Number of movies that have won all... This is fucked up, man. Okay, number of presidents who have served more than 2 terms in office. That's not that hard. That's like FDR. That might be it, man. I don't know. Time zones across Russia. I'm going to say that that's 10. Number of children Queen Elizabeth had. Less than 10, more than 1. Number of limbs Squidward has. Well, he's a squid, so I'm going to assume less than 10, more than children. Number of James Bond movies starring Daniel Craig. Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, No Time to Die, Spectre. 5 movies. I'm going to say Queen Elizabeth has Charles, Andrew, and then like some others, but I think she might have less than James Bond movies. And number of movies that have won all big 5 Academy Awards, I'm going to take that down to more than 5, less than 8. Okay. This is the only way to reconfigure this that makes sense to me. We got there. We got there. 11 time zones, 6 limbs, 5 movies, 4 kids, 3 big movies, one president. That's considering the amount of general knowledge you had to have in order to even come up with the scaffolding to solve this. I'm proud of myself. Even if it did take us 5 guesses or something. Which has less access to hospitals? Higher population weighted mean distance. I'm going to say the 4th Circuit of the United States of America. Higher population, this part of Ohio or the wilderness of Utica. Am I crazy? This is messing with me because this is the wilderness, man. This is the wilderness. This, on the other hand, is a bunch of parts of Ohio I've never heard of. It had to be, okay. Which has more people with a humanities degree? I would definitely feel Albany, Schenectady, and Troy, New York, upstate New York. It's a writer's paradise. Which has a higher mean daily heat index? Baltimore County or Onondaga County, New York? They love upstate New York, man. I got to say Maryland more south, and as a result, probably that. Higher percentage of units with a 2-bedroom rent over 1,500. You basically ask, I mean, here's what's going to sound crazy. I know Chicago's expensive. This is right outside of Chicago. But New Jersey is like prohibitively expensive, and it's right outside of Philadelphia. I'll take my 5 for 5 today. Chicago's cheaper than you think? Well, that's why you get all the Marg towers, right? This is Matt Damon. And a female. That's Charlize Theron. Oh! Yes, dude. We're kind of owning today. Okay, pick 5 is a nightmare, though. 5 countries that export the most milk. So I got to be thinking the United States of America. I got to think China on that one. Got to think Russia. I got to say Canada. And probably India. Okay, not my best performance. I do not know milk, man. I honestly, with God as my witness, I thought that basically, maybe this is like North American bias. I thought that all milk that you consume has to be grown like in the country that you milk the cow in. Because otherwise, like how are you gonna get it to the place that you're selling it before it spoils? Like I think in Canada we drink Canadian milk. That's why Europe is OP for exports. You know what? I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think that might be a little piece of tech to use in OEC. Rye bread, liver pate, butter, corned beef, aspic, raw onions. I mean, I see dill, and I'm like, this shit is Sweden, bro. Okay, it's Denmark. It's not Denmark because it's adjacent to Denmark. It's Germany. It borders it to the north. It's Poland to the northeast. What? It's Denmark? Doesn't Denmark and Sweden are adjacent? Why is Sweden not bordering Denmark, man? There's a bridge? That's the border! We got lots of borders with the United States that are on bridges, man. You ever hear about the Peace Bridge? Or whatever, it's the, what's it called? The French Rainbow Bridge? Friendship Bridge? I can't remember. Something like that. This is jjajangmyeon from the nation of South Korea. Food guesser just decided what we're having for dinner tonight. Buffalo meat, salt, turmeric, ginger, garlic, red chili powder, cumin, coriander, mustard oil. Chickpeas. I see chickpeas in there. Buffalo meat? I'm just taking a lark on this one. Mozambique? China? Doesn't look like China. It looks more like Afghanistan. Warmer. China, borders to the southwest. India, borders. Oh, here we go. Bangladesh. Oh, Nepal. Nepal, buffalo meat, okay. Well, we lost to the average today. Okay. It's 2 p.m. I got to go. Kate, are you ready to go live? I don't even know. Like, I have a meeting at 2:30. It's 2. And I think that the drive is like 38 minutes.